Right, why am I stood here with some kind of like James Bond laser contraption on my head that, by the way, is very cheap on Amazon, and there'll be a link in the description to get yourself one. You see that? See the laser beam? Okay, why do I have this? Title of the video, what the F are you looking at? Have you ever asked yourself that question? Have you ever asked yourself what your eyes are actually doing in your swing? Well, I asked myself that question because my friends would always tell me this. Last few years, I started doing this kind of, before I pull the club away, I kind of look out there somewhere as if to look where I'm going to put the club on the backswing. So in an attempt to address that, I decided, well, let's investigate what you're actually looking at. And I started filming a lot from face on, which we've spoken about. And I started kind of using the peak of a baseball cap to kind of figure it out. And it's hard to tell because your eyes could be moving without that moving. And I kind of taped a pencil there to kind of give me a better idea of where my head was and keeping it still and all that. And then I finally decided, let's do a proper scientific experiment and let's figure out exactly. So I thought I'll get myself one of these. First of all, I thought about getting just one of those pencil lasers or pen lasers and taping it to my head somewhere. But then this on Amazon was so cheap that I thought, let's do that. And it has proven to be worth its weight in gold. So cut long story short, I started videoing over my shoulder like this. So I've got these little tripods that can clamp. I clamped it up there, kind of like on the roof. So it's kind of looking down over my shoulder. I turned my laser on. I started making some normal swings. So there we are. The laser is pointing just a couple of inches outside the ball. And what did I discover? I discovered that the trace this laser was making was like a Salvador Dali painting. It was like friggin' all over the shop. And I'm talking it was moving outside of the camera view. That's how ridiculous it was. So, you know, they talk about keeping a relatively still head. It just showed me that if my head is moving that much, what chance do my eyes have of staying focused on the back of the ball or staying at least in the same place? Or what chance does my body have to move consistently in space if my eyes are getting all this different kind of information all the time and my body's having to readjust? So this has really helped me to focus on where that laser is. Like even there, my head wants to, it's amazing how this can really get you to keep your head generally in the same area. We all know that the head will move a bit. Certain players, I mean, if you think of Duval and Sorenstam, their head completely moved through the shot. And I think through the shot is not as important as the backswing, the takeaway, because once you fire your downswing, all this is happening so fast, it doesn't really matter. I don't think it matters what you're looking at. This is all just going to happen. What you've set in motion is going to happen. But to set it in motion, if you're kind of all over the place here, how do you expect to be consistent back into the back of the ball? You can't. So moral of the story is, pay attention to what the F you're looking at, okay? You'd be amazed, let me turn this off. You'd be amazed at how the eyes, the head, things wander. I started practicing this way, and I like to see the laser not leave an area of about 6 square inches around the ball. So if the ball's there, so not 6 square inches, it's square with you know, 6-inch sides to it. So 36 square inch box around the ball, kind of like so, 3 inches above it, 3 below, to the left and to the right. I want to see that pointer kind of not get outside that box. Try that. I think if you're struggling with ball striking and you're struggling with consistency, this might be a game changer. Link in the description. Get yourself one. Leave some comments. Tell me how genius it is. Give us a thumbs up. Tell all your friends about the channel. And please subscribe if you haven't. All right. See you again soon. Bye.